Hello and welcome to the Cologne Nations Cup 2025 as we get ready for this game, Australia versus Netherlands. Just to go through the starting fives for Australia, it's O'Neill Thorne, Latham, Jaylen Brown, Yannick Blair and Phil Evans. Their head coach is Brad Ness. And for the Netherlands, it's Frank de Jong, Robin Poggenvish, Matthijs Bellers, Quinten Zantinga and Tim van Ramsdonk. Their head coach is Peter van Noort. I'm Dylan Cummings alongside Paul Rosendahl.
Yeah,
how are you doing, Paul?
Doing good. Hi, Dylan. Thank you. Excited to commentate this game by your side, and already had two games today with fairly clear outcomes. But I think we're in for a good one today with Australia and the Netherlands.
Yes, it should be a really good one. Two powerhouses of their respective zones. Netherlands, of course, in Europe, and Australia. They have never lost at the Asia-Oceania Championships, as they will get ready for their respective zonal qualifiers later this year. Netherlands looking slightly different without the likes of Mendel op de North, their top scorer at last year's Paris Paralympic Games. Australia also looking different. Sean Norris announced his retirement last year from international competition, and they are also missing Sam White, Ethan Laird and big Tom McHugh. So some slight changes to the Australian roster. Paul, what are your predictions heading into this game?
It's going to be tough. They both won their game yesterday. Obviously, Australia with a slightly easier test against the assembled NCC team, and the Netherlands beating Japan, who looked very good in their game against Israel today. So I think it's going to be a close one. But from what I've seen, my prediction for now would be Australia. But I like to be proven wrong as well. So let's see where this one goes. What would you say?
I would honestly say that on paper Australia have the strongest squad at the moment. I think Mendel op de North is a huge miss for the Dutch team, but the team in orange always have some surprises up their sleeve. You know, they've got the likes of Matthijs Bellers, who top scored with 15 points in yesterday's game. He had a double-double, 15 points, 11 rebounds, and shot 55% from the field. Quinten Zantinga had 14 points and shot 63% from the field, 7 of 11. And Robin Poggenvish doing it all on the floor, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. As we get set to tip any second now, Bill Latham and Matthijs Bellers in for the tip.
We have said Quinten already also only played 18 minutes, dropped 14 points and 2 assists, I think. So great performance against Japan yesterday.
And here's Poggenvish. Finds de Jong on the outside. It's just short. Great rebound there from Poggenvish. And he's known for his crucial rebounds and assists. He had 7 rebounds, 8 assists in the game yesterday. And the Netherlands failing to meet their mark on that attempt. Here's Australia. Bill Latham finds O'Neill Thorne. Over to Jaylen Brown. And it's collected by Poggenvish. I expect fast pace from these two teams, Paul.
Yeah, I think so as well. Going to be in for an even match game as Netherlands get us off the mark with the first 2 points of the game.
Yes, Matthijs Bellers, who won the Italian Championship with Cantu this past season, had 15 points in the game yesterday.
Also, of course, in Cologne, a lot of ex-Cologne 99ers firepower here on both sides, with Van Ramsdonk already on the court for the Netherlands, and John T. Brown, also a 99ers former player here. He's yet to come on, but I'm sure we'll see a lot of him today.
Yeah, it's good to see John T. Brown back in the Australian squad after a number of years. Here's Poggenvish working his way around. Bellers inside. And what a great duel. Bellers and Poggenvish, not only teammates here on the Dutch national team, but also in Cantu. and they've played on many pro teams together. And Australia back on the attack. Netherlands with a 2-point lead early on. Jaylen Brown, the future of wheelchair basketball, gets inside to Phil Evans. And Jaylen Brown, he was the top scorer at the Under-23 World Championships. 178 points for the young man across the tournament.
It's also so good against the NCC team yesterday. And also self-proclaimed best FIFA player on the Australian national team.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I can't prove that today. But I think he still has a lot of other things to prove today out there.
Foul goes against De Jong. As you mentioned there, Paul, Jaylen Brown had 18 points and 8 rebounds in the game against the NCC team yesterday. And Brown, just 21 years of age, definitely one for the future of wheelchair basketball. And of course, the Australian Rollers coming here in the middle of their Australian League season. And when they get back from Europe, they will have the finals of their league. Here's O'Neill Thorne inside to Jaylen Brown. Can't quite get the finish, but it's good on the second chance. Tough angle there for Jaylen Brown to get that finish.
Yeah, also beautiful turn on the first move to get into the scoring position. Missed the first one, but then a nice rebound to get himself onto the board once again.
As it will be Netherlands' possession. And a miscommunication on the pass. Netherlands still have it. And Van Ramsdonk can't get that one to fall. Rebound by Jaylen Brown. I believe it's an offensive foul on Tom O'Neill Thorne. And the possession will go back in the way of the Netherlands as they trail by 2.
Yeah, a lot of cheers also on the sidelines. Netherlands with a big crowd today. Not only a lot of people, but also a lot of volume they bring in here.
Yeah, there's definitely a sea of orange here in this Cologne crowd.
And they always bring the noise. Netherlands.
100%. As Pogovic can't get that one to go. I think they were even louder than the German fans yesterday.
Yeah, that's very much possible. Netherlands showing us how it's done over there. But yeah, the two teams, Netherlands, Germany, they won't face off this tournament. Germany obviously with the game against Great Britain later today. Any early thoughts on that one?
Yeah, it's going to be, I reckon, one of the best games of the tournament.
Germany, lots of proof after their defeat against Israel yesterday. And Britain obviously want to keep their scoring streak alive. Netherlands haven't lost a game in the Nations Cup in the last 2 years. Reigning champions last year and the year before that.
Yeah, they met Germany in the final.
Yeah, the close win over there.
Yannick Blair takes a break, as does Phil Evans. In comes Frank Pinder and Jeremy Tyndall. Zantinger across to Van Ramsdonk, and it will not fall. Netherlands perhaps struggling a bit offensively.
Yeah, both teams really not really eager to score here. Fairly low scoring affair in these first 5 minutes, but Netherlands have not been as efficient as we seen them yesterday. Let's see how they find their way into this game. And another foul committed by
Tyndall.
Should be the 4th team foul now.
Yeah, so Australia need to be careful in the remaining 5.5 minutes. Of course, each team gets 5 team fouls per quarter. As Zantinger strings that one.
Just as we talk about low efficiency, shows us how it's done.
And Zantinger, very well known in the German league, plays for Landil, as does Yannick Blair of the Aussie Rollers.
And Landil, German record champions. Maybe also have to brag a little bit in the Cologne 99er sense, because last season it was the first time in, I think, the club's history where Cologne managed to beat Landil here at the home ground.
Yeah,
it was an electric game.
I remember watching that game live.
That was really, really good.
Live from my house, of course, not in Cologne.
Yeah, we were missing you here, of course. I had the pleasure of being the stadium announcer basically here. And there was electric atmosphere, packed crowd, which you hope to see in the next few days here for the final days of the Nations Cup, of course, as well.
And the ever so reliable Bill Latham puts Australia in the lead. Here's Zantinger. Over to Bellows. And the big man Bellows, and one for Matthijs Bellows.
Yeah, nice one there. Over the defense, gets the contact. And then, of course, manages to finish as well.
And Bellows will go to the line for the bonus bucket. Also a man known very well by these German fans. Played in Münsterland for a number of years before joining Sassari and Cantu over in Italy. Makes the bonus bucket. And Australia now in foul trouble. They cannot commit a foul. Otherwise, it will send Netherlands to the line. Tristan Knowles for three. Unbelievable long-range shot from the Australian veteran Tristan Knowles, the 6-time Paralympian. And just like that, it's a 2-point game.
Just as we hope for a close affair here in these opening 6 minutes. And so far, a great game for the neutrals as well. Neither team wants to give up anything.
Well, I think so many people are often used to seeing European versus European teams, so it's good to see a clash of zones as Zantinger lets that one fly.
3-point contest here on both ends of the court, but yeah, I get your point. It's always nice to have like these international competitions, not just in Europe. Obviously, European teams preparing for the European Championships later this year, and the Australian team playing for the Asia and Oceania Tour. So it's always a nice test to see what these other regions of the world are about.
And it's always great to see the iconic colours of each team. Australia playing in the iconic green and gold, and the Netherlands, of course, in the orange. It's a 1-point lead in favour of the Netherlands. 3.5 to go in the first. Fairly low scoring affair.
Primarily defense focused so far, I'd say.
Yes.
Not a lot of stuff happening in the paint and stuff. Mostly shots from outside, but both teams proving early on that they're capable of doing that as well.
Yeah. And very aggressive defense, I would say.
Yeah, of course. Australia in foul trouble, as you mentioned. And that's another 3-point attempt, another 3-point made.
And Quentin Zantinger, he's just heating up. He's been on this team since he was 16 years old.
Should not let him get on a roll here. Neil Thorne tries to get a quick answer, and that's a beautiful pass.
Yeah, great connection from O'Neill Thorne and Bill Latham. Of course, both of them played for Spanish champions Ilunion this season. And a loud cheer from the Rollers bench as they regain possession. And then comes Jonty Brown replacing Bill Latham. O'Neill Thorne inside to Pender, back out to Brown. Brown on the fade. Just short. Rebound Bellers. And here you see Pogenrich direct traffic. Netherlands struggling against the tight Australian defence.
Yeah, getting trapped there in the midfield. 8 to shoot now. Have to think of something quick. There's a whistle blown for an offensive foul, I think.
I don't think the Dutch fans were happy with that call.
Nope, they did not seem to enjoy that one bit. I also had some disagreements with the referee and the coaching benches in yesterday's game against Japan. Let's see if that's going to cause any stir-ups today. Seems to be a quick pit stop on the Australian side.
Yeah, wheel change for Frank Pender.
That looks good again.
Van Ramsdonk on the outside. Can't get it to go.
Not as efficient as he's hoping for today. 0-2 from the field so far. Still looking for his first impact of the game.
And Knowles just clutch with that three-pointer. That's his speciality. Knowles, the most seasoned veteran on this Aussie Rollers side, the 6-time Paralympian, made his debut back at Athens 2004. As Australia have a 1-point lead, 1.5 to go in the first. Zantinger. Schegel at the top, and Anil Schegel delivers for the Netherlands.
So far this game is exactly what we've been hoping for. Close affair with both teams not giving up an inch.
Yeah, this is very reminiscent of the start of the game earlier today, Israel versus Japan. And a foul committed by Zantinger. So it was a foul before the shot. Australia get the ball back. Final minute of the first. Knowles catch and shoot. Bang.
Unstoppable so far. Knowles carrying Australia here scoring wise. And I think points number 7 and 8 just for him himself. Really keeping them in this one.
As Zantinger replies, the three is no good. Offensive rebound, Netherlands reset. Lovely pass inside, and De Jong can't get the finish. Schegel collects, and it's a shot clock violation.
2 tough layups there from the right, both not good. That would have been great for the Netherlands to end this half on a high, and now probably the last possession of this first quarter goes to the Rollers.
And it's intercepted. And that'll bring an end to the first quarter. It is Australia 18, Netherlands 17, a very close affair at the end of this first quarter, Paul.
Yeah, very, very entertaining stuff on both sides, obviously, with a lot of long-range efforts, a lot of successful long-range efforts. But yeah, this is fun to watch. Let's hope for more of that. And let's keep this game as entertaining as possible.
And a big thank you to everyone tuning in on the live stream at the Cologne 99ers YouTube channel. We are also simulcasting on IWBF Europe as well. And make sure you get interactive on the live chat as we see the stats here. No player in double figures. Knowles and Zanting are both on 8 points. Tristan Knowles really keeping Australia in it offensively. And then Bellows with 7 points as well for the Netherlands. Fairly low scoring affair so far.
Yeah, not that many buckets on both sides, but let's have another look at those stats here.
Here we see Australia shooting 6 of 11 from the field at 54%. A significantly higher shooting percentage than the Netherlands, only at 38%. And there you see the 3-pointers from Knowles, 2 of 3. 66% from beyond the arc. But the threes have also been dropping for the Netherlands there at 50% as well. So anything else standing out there for you, Paul?
No, nothing really separating the teams in terms of stuff like assists and fouls. But yeah, Australia early foul trouble here. And let's see if this will affect them in the long term. Now, obviously, fouls get reset at the end of each quarter. But yeah, great job by the Netherlands, despite like the small deficit, to keep them on the edge defensively.
As we are about to get set for the second quarter, and Australia will get the first possession of the quarter. Half of this Australian team is from the state of Victoria, although interestingly there is no team from Victoria in the men's Australian League. Lovely pass.
Beautiful.
And John T. Brown gets the finish for the Rollers. Great to see Brown make an impact on this team.
Yeah, Knowles also again with the assist has the vision to see him cutting in there. And now Australia with very high pressing.
Bellows finds Triggs, and Triggs makes an immediate impact for the Dutch. Triggs, a player for the Thuringia Bulls here in Germany, German champions this season.
Yeah, they had a great season last time out, beating Lahn-Dill to the title. We're looking to redeem themselves, obviously, next season. That's an interesting pass. O'Neill Thorne saw something nobody else saw there.
And of course, you've got to factor in the tiredness of this Australian team. I spoke to one of the coaches, Darren Alley, when I arrived in Cologne, and they travelled 30 hours to get here.
One hell of a journey, obviously, and you can't underestimate the heat in this arena as well, as the outside temperatures are close to 30 degrees, maybe even over. And this, it gets hot in here.
Oh, for sure. As Bellows gets another and one.
Netherlands now up by 1.
As we have a lineup change. Latham, Jaylen Brown, Lachlan Dalton, Yannick Blair and Luke Popo. So a fresh 5 for Australia. As Bellows is unable to complete the 3-point play. It's Netherlands with a narrow 1-point lead.
Australia blew their chance to take the lead back here. Brown obviously angry with himself there. One to shoot.
And Pogovic just can't get that one to fall. Netherlands reset. And great hands there from Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, really having early defensive impact. Not that high up on the board scoring-wise, but obviously just having played just about 6 minutes up until now. I'm sure we'll see a lot more from him on the offensive end as well.
Yeah. A turnover from the Rollers give Netherlands the ball back. Pogovic has the pump fake, and it will not fall.
Both teams struggling to score early on here in this second quarter.
Brown 4-3, just short.
Charles Cole.
Yeah, De Jong with the charge.
What's the advantage?
Popel finds Dalton. Dalton, his Aussie Rollers debut here today. And Bill Latham, the ever so reliable Bill Latham, delivers for the Rollers. Latham, who's had a great season over in Spain for Reunion. Spanish champions this season. Latham's averaged 13 points and 7 rebounds a game. He's also playing for the Manly Wheel Eagles in the Australian League.
Also very nice for Lachlan Dalton, who's having his first tournament here with the Rollers, to get off with an assist in his first minutes in this fairly important game against the Netherlands, because if they want to defend their title here, the Dutch neighbors of Germany, they'll have to win this one. But Australia obviously having a say in that, keeping them at least on their toes.
Here's Twigt. Over to Bellows. And it can't go off the glass. Latham with the rebound. Jaylen Brown up the floor to Luke Popel.
A beautiful pass by Brown there to find his teammate open, get the foul and possession back.
The foul was on Schegel, right?
I'm fairly sure, yeah, but
yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, foul goes against Anil Schegel. Rollers get the ball back. Latham, and it's good to go. That is trademark Bill Latham, the man from Coffs Harbour in New South Wales. And now Pogovic. Lovely pass, but Schegel can't get the finish.
Pogovic so far not been able to score himself, but already on 3 rebounds and 4 assists. Very important. Brown now with a look from deep.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Pogovic. He's not really known as a shooter, but more of a facilitator. Comes up clutch with rebounds and assists.
So important for the Dutch offensive system.
Triggs Can't get that one to go. And Jalen Brown with pace. Finds Latham. And one for Bill Latham.
Big 2 points for Australia here. We just have about 4.5 minutes left in this first half. And that's the biggest lead that they've had so far.
And here's Bill Latham, one of the most reliable big men in the game. Made his Paralympic debut at London 2012. He's just unable to convert there on that attempt. And here's Boris van Hoenik, one of the newcomers to this Dutch side from Utrecht. It's short. And Van Hoenik played in the European Para Youth Games earlier this year in Istanbul, making his Dutch senior debut in this tournament. 5-point lead Australia. Bella.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you there. No, just not quite the touch Brown would have hoped for. But Australia still with the biggest lead of the game so far.
Van Hoenik once again, and it comes up clutch. And great confidence for the youngster getting his first bucket in this game. And you can see his teammates want him to build that confidence.
Yeah, obviously that's such a big help for when these young players get going. And that doesn't matter if you're a veteran or not. You always want the energy, the passion those young guys bring. Always helpful for a squad when they get going.
As Pogandrich works his way inside.
Probably heard us talking about him not being a great scorer and was like, I'll show you.
Yeah, that'll make me eat my words for sure. Dalton 4-3, and it rattles out. And Jalen Brown on the putback.
Yeah, great rebound there. Uses those long arms of his. That's to his advantage. Lead back up to 3 now.
And Jalen Brown played for Giulianova in Italy in his European season, playing for the Darwin Salties in the Australian League. And Darwin, they are top of the league at the moment with a 17-1 win-loss record. And they will look to repeat their championship victory of last year.
Out of bounds there. Great defense by the Rollers.
I'm glad you've seen it, because on our monitor we couldn't see the out of bounds line, but turnover.
Yeah, turnover Netherlands.
And it will go in the favour of Australia. Jalen Brown. Lovely pass to Jeremy Tyndall. What a great finish.
Beautiful spin move again by Brown. We already saw that in the paint early on, and now using it to set up his teammates.
Yeah, Jalen Brown, not only a great scorer, but also a great facilitator.
So tricky as well, so tough to defend.
And the three is short for Heist even. Another Dutch player that plays over here in Germany for Münsterland.
Have a timeout called by Australia. We're looking to finish this half on a high. up by 5 by now.
Yeah, and what have you made of this game so far, Paul?
Yeah, still very close affair. Netherlands, more than in this game, have kept the Australians honest, but they've always had an answer to the offensive efforts of the Dutchies, the Orange Lions. But so far, yeah, just what we hoped for. Exciting game, close game, and I personally look very much forward to the second half and the conclusion of this first half as well. What about you? Any standouts so far for you?
I think Jaylen Brown's had a really good game. You know, when Tristan Knowles was on earlier, he made a significant impact. So, but I must say, overall, it's been a fairly low-scoring affair so far.
Yeah, so far, especially with the other two games we've had today and yesterday. But there's still another half of wheelchair basketball to come, so I wouldn't write any of them off.
Definitely not.
And both teams shown that they're more than capable of scoring, also from beyond the arc as well. Filipski in the Poland game early on, setting, I think, one of the furthest threes I've seen in this arena, from about 30, 35 feet out.
I can definitely believe that if it was Filipski.
Yeah.
One of the best players of all time.
Yeah, it was unstoppable in the game against the NCC team. Had like, I think, 10 points already in the first quarter and was then kept out of the game to keep him fresh for the upcoming tests ahead tomorrow and on Sunday.
Even can't get that one to go. Popo up the floor, fast break. It's no good.
Tough layup there, also very contested. Ball back in the hands of the Netherlands.
And it's good to see Thomas Klein into the game for Australia, making his senior debut. And Klein will make his debut for the Thuringia Bulls next season. And correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, but I believe Thomas Klein is the only player to play for Landil and the Bulls.
I will believe your word that I don't have the ability to fact check that right now, but that sounds like that could be possible. Obviously, two giants of the German wheelchair basketball world.
I've tried my hardest to verify the fact, but I can't think of anyone else that's played for both teams. So
maybe we'll have some experts interacting in the chat who can tell us the truth about that. But for now, I'll believe your word.
Netherlands now on 4 team fouls. Final 34 seconds of the half as Australia have a 5-point lead. Jaylen Brown inside, finds Pinder, fouled on the shot. 3-second call on Pinder.
I thought there was a foul as well, so yeah, I get your call on that, but 3-second violation, and again those long arms by Brown. Still Netherlands ball.
Even works his way inside, can't get it to go.
A few complaints there on the Aussie side. They wanted to see the score go their way, but the referees already had another opinion.
Even catch and shoot. And Australia will need a heave. Brown from deep. Oh, and it just hits the rim.
Yeah, it's good effort, but nothing to account for in the end. Great first half here in game number 3 of day 2 of this Nations Cup here in Cologne. But yeah, what are your final thoughts going into halftime here, Dylan?
Well, I'm a bit shocked because when Brown launched the three, it fell out his chair completely. So must have put a lot of power behind that. But yeah, fairly close affair. Quite an exciting game. It's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, but it means we're in for a good game for the second half.
Yeah, that's exactly my thoughts. Good game so far, and let's hope for more of the same in the second half. At first, let's have one final look at the stats here.
As Bill Latham leads the way, 10 points, 3 rebounds. And then we have Bellers leading the way for the Netherlands, 9 points, 7 rebounds. Knowles and Zanting are both on 8 points. So no Dutch player yet in double figures.
Yeah, but I'm fairly sure we'll get there in the end.
And that quarter was a very close quarter. Australia just winning that last quarter by 2 points, 12-10. And Australia having a much higher shooting percentage, 12 of 19, 63%. However, the Netherlands have taken 9 more shots, and their shooting percentage is significantly lower at 35%. Anything standing out for you there, Paul?
Yeah, no, these teams they seem to be fairly matched up in terms of other statistics, except of the points where they're also very close. Obviously, dropped a bit of efficiency on the shots from deep. Obviously, also due to that heap from Brown at the end. But for now, we'll go up into halftime and see you guys for the start of the second half.
Yeah, we haven't had much interaction in the live chat, so please get interacting on there. And a big thank you to everyone tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Okay, we are about to get back underway. Second half action in this game between the Netherlands and Australia. We mentioned before the break, Paul, that it's been a fairly low-scoring affair, but a fairly close affair. What are your predictions for the second half?
Well, after take away from the first half, obviously both of these teams know how to defend. So let's hope that we'll see a little bit more of the action on the offensive side. But I think this is going to stay a close affair, and the first team to really manage to go on a run here is probably going to take this home in the end. But we'll see how this one goes.
Lovely play in De Jong with a finish. Great facilitation there from Zantinger. And it's a 1-point game. Jaylen Brown to try and beat the buzzer, no good. And it will be Netherlands end-line ball.
Yeah, let the clock run down low there, and then Brown had to do something, try to find the layup, but no points to take home in the end.
Zantinger inside, can't get that one to fall.
Great defense to stop the Netherlands from taking the lead here.
Good defensive pressure here by the Dutch. Jaylen Brown to O'Neill Thorne. It's just short. And it's intercepted by Latham. Latham now with pace. Finds Blair.
Great block.
Swatted away by Zantinger. And the defense ramping up on the Dutch side, wouldn't you say, Paul?
Yeah, nothing changing here from the first half. Dutch really locking down the Aussies so far. Great pressure up the pitch, and then also a nice interception and a block there. Again, getting there first with the long arms, stopping Australia from creating anything. 3.5 to shoot now. Gonna have to think of something quick.
And it's good to go for Latham on the buzzer. Catch and shoot situation. And there you see Latham, he's always consistent, delivering when Australia need big shots. Australia now up by 3.
That's exactly what they needed, not letting Netherlands take the lead here. Staying just that tiny bit on top of them.
Zantinger to Van Ramsdonk, and the shot from the baseline is good. Netherlands not backing down. They trail by 1. O'Neill Thorne finds Brown. Again, the facilitation from O'Neill Thorne paying off.
And also in combination with the quick release there of Jaylen Brown. Against 2 men, but just, as you said, catch and shoot situation. Gets the ball, instantly puts it up. And he's so efficient and so prolific with that.
Pogenvish. Over to Van Ramsdonk. Bellers, mismatch. It's just short. And now Jaylen Brown back on the attack, looking to extend Australia's lead. Latham inside. And that is where Latham is most dangerous.
Australia now managing to get into the paint. You mentioned the defensive efforts by the Netherlands, but now Australia seems to have found some way to break that down at least a little, with 2 last buckets coming from inside the paint.
Zantinger, and the 3 will not fall. Phil Evans works his way inside, it just rattles out. And a lack of defense there from the Dutch.
Great vision by Brown, who's also already on the other end working again.
O'Neill Thorne on the drive, and the pass cannot find anyone, and perhaps a bit too much of an ambitious pass there from O'Neill Thorne.
Yeah, very ambitious. Maybe that's the long travel that you mentioned earlier, with the 30-hour travel they had to get over here. Obviously, Australia pretty much exactly the other side of the world from Cologne, and for the Netherlands it was nice Sunday drive over here.
Yep. And now the Netherlands come back on the attack. Under 5 minutes to go in the third. Zantinger met by Brown. Bellers puts it up. Can't get it to go. O'Neill Thorne fakes and finds Brown, and one for Jaylen Brown.
So good, the young man, 21 years old already. Such an experienced player with those tough shots laid back there. Basically under the basket, still manages to somehow find an angle and draw the foul. Australia now with a chance to take the lead back up to 8 points. Now it's going to get rough for the Netherlands.
Yeah, just an incredible player, Jaylen Brown. Like you said, 21 years of age. Basketball runs in his family. His mother is a basketball player. He made his Paralympic debut in Paris, and he was the top scorer at the Under-23 World Championships. 178 points for Brown in that tournament. And he makes the bonus bucket. And it's beginning to look tough for the Netherlands.
Yeah, that's going to be big ask now for the reigning Nations Cup champions here to get something worth noting in this game. Obviously, there's still 40 minutes to go, so a lot that can still happen, but judging on the start of this second half, Netherlands just have not quite been able to keep up with the pace and the intensity that the Australians seem to have brought out from the halftime break.
As we see there, a steal from O'Neill Thorne over to Latham, and the two-man game is seamless.
It's now the Netherlands looking tired. There just seems to be a lack of concentration, maybe, especially on the defensive end. Also just the raw scoring ability that the Australians have been able to bring this game, especially in the last few minutes.
And you see the Tom O'Neill Thorne facilitating Bill Latham on that last play. You know, Tom O'Neill Thorne, he's had an unbelievable season over in Spain. Averaged 15 points a game and 7 assists. has the man from Darwin in the Northern Territory. For my money, the best player in Spain this past season. Just had an incredible season and helped Ilunion lift a Spanish championship. Of course, Ilunion based in the Spanish capital of Madrid. And right now, Australia have a 10-point lead over the Netherlands. Just under 4 minutes to go in the third. As I will briefly check the live stream chat to see if we have any questions from our viewers. Very quiet in the live stream chat right now, but we have 129 live viewers, so thank you very much. And of course, the big one coming up next, Great Britain against Germany, and that will be on a dual stream. So we will have a stream in English and a stream in German.
Yep, exactly, as the rematch of the 2024 Paralympic Games semi-final. Britain at the upper hand. Obviously, you and I probably going to have different opinions of who we want or hope to win this game. But while trying to be as neutral as possible, what are going to be your predictions for the game later on to close out day 2?
I honestly don't know. I mean, GB, they don't have the likes of Phil Pratt in their squad at this tournament, also missing Jim Palmer, whereas Germany have kept the same squad. So I think Germany's backs will be against the wall in the game as they want to win after their loss against Israel yesterday.
Yeah, they're going to come out with guns blazing, not wanting to go home here with a bad result, obviously. The finals appearance is going to be tough when you lose your first game, but you got to do what you can to try to get the best result possible, especially looking at the upcoming European Championships later this year.
Yeah. And thankfully we have a nice cool breeze coming from the door
up
there.
Wanted to mention that it's really nice here with the air normally being very, very still, and it's just getting hotter and hotter, not getting cooler any day. But the weather the next 2 days is supposed to cool down with about 22 degrees, which sounds a lot more manageable than the 35 and upwards we had yesterday and the 30 we have today. And also got to give the props to the athletes down there who do not seem to be affected by that too much.
Yeah, and Knowles back on the floor for Australia. O'Neill Thorne fires a 3, no good. And Knowles collects. O'Neill Thorne. Back to Knowles, 4-3, short.
Have a timeout called by Australia, who will be very happy with the way this third quarter has turned out so far. Probably looking to close it out now. The Netherlands need to think of something quick in order to get back into this one. Otherwise, their unbeaten streak in the Nations Cup over the last few years is going to break, thanks to the Rollers.
And a quick reminder about the importance of qualification for these two teams in their upcoming zonal qualifiers for Europe. The top 5 teams automatically go to the World Championships, and 6 and 7 will go to the repechage tournament. For Asia Oceania, the top 2 finalists, so first and second, will directly go to the World Championships. Third and fourth will go to the repechage. So big stakes upcoming at their respective zonal qualifiers.
Yeah, a lot on the line for both of these teams, and obviously, while these games do not count for that, you want to build up momentum early on and try to come out as well as possible.
Yeah, and I think all due respect to the Asia Oceania nation, I think it's great for Australia to come to Europe and get some experience against some of the top teams in Europe, because as a zone overall, Europe is slightly stronger.
Sorry for speaking. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the Japanese players here as well.
Yeah, of course.
Had a great showing so far.
Yes.
With a great 25-point win, I think, against Israel. Who managed to beat the Germans.
It was much needed for them after their loss against GB earlier.
Now they can follow these games a slightly bit more relaxed and hope to close out this first 3 days of the kind of group stage games to take home a good result. Obviously, after this long travel most of them had here, nobody wants to go home empty-handed.
And O'Neill Thorne gives Australia a 10-point lead, under 2 minutes to go in the third. And Bellers has it for the Netherlands. Twigged can't get it to fall. Once again, just rattles out.
I think that possession fairly well at summarizing the Dutch's third quarter here so far. Just 5 points to count for in over 9.5 minutes. And the Australians, those just can't seem to keep slowing down, just always so dangerous from behind the arc.
That's trademark Knowles. Great to see Knowles still play at the top of his game after going to 6 Paralympic Games.
Also hustling on the defensive end there.
O'Neill Thorne for 3, and Australia making it rain threes at the end of the third.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. The first team to go on a big run here is going to take this one home on Australia, showing the Netherlands how it's done. Dominant performance in the third quarter.
Yeah, it may be cruise control for Australia in the fourth. Van Ramsdonk wide open, and the bucket is good. Australia just fall asleep on defense. Knowles, buzzer, beater! No good. And at the end of the third, it's Australia 49, Netherlands 35 with 10 minutes left to play.
Yeah, obviously very important for the Netherlands now to regroup, calm down, and maybe go on a run on their own, but especially the defensive efforts have just not been enough. We talked about the good defense in the first half, and that third quarter now very much lacking exactly that intensity that they brought in the first half. Australia punishing that ruthlessly.
And of course, a big thank you to everyone tuning in on the live stream as we take a look at the stats. Australia shooting 58% from the field compared to the Netherlands 33%, and a dominant quarter for Australia. They win that quarter 19-8.
Also very fair game so far, just 11 fouls on the Australian side and 9 on the Netherlands side, but yeah, 14 for 42. That is not a shooting percentage that wins you games. That's going to get you in trouble. And then also just 7 free throws in total combined for both of these teams. But otherwise, nothing really to separate them. Looking at the rest of the stats here. Yeah, 19-8. That's a dominant third quarter for the Rollers. But this game is not won yet, not over yet. Obviously, you can't count out the Dutchess here. We're gonna be trying their absolute hardest to win back-to-back Nations Cup titles.
Yeah, I must admit it's looking very bleak for the Dutch at the moment. Australia have pulled ahead, and they'll look to continue to do that as this game goes on.
Yeah, not the performance we're used from them. The fans also have quieted down, as it seems. But that just does only take 1 or 2 buckets for them to fire up again and scream their favorite players over the line to maybe get a comeback victory here.
Here's Jalen Brown. Swings it to Dalton. 4-3. And the shot is just short. Australia with the offensive rebound. Latham with the tilt and the finish. Great there from Bill Latham, the 4-time Paralympian.
Very important early bucket for Australia, not being able to give the Netherlands any hope so far. Let's see if they are able to answer.
And Frank de Jong sinks it from deep. As Australia are straight back. They want to get off quick offenses. Great ball movement. And Jalen Brown at the top. Can't get that one to fall. Pogovic inside, and it's good to go. And Australia will look to continue to build on their lead. Pole 4-3. It will not fall.
Yeah, dropping a little bit in efficiency, Australia. But still a long way to go for the Dutchess, the Orange Lions. Maybe they can cook up something here. Big rebound battle in the paint, but still Popovic now again.
Triggs forces it up. And an unsportsmanlike foul called against Pogovic. That will send Jalen Brown to the line.
Pogovic does not look pleased at all. Was not quite able to see what exactly was going on there. But he's neither happy with the call nor with the way this game is going so far. 6 assists and 6 rebounds to his name already.
Brown fires, rattles off the rim. Netherlands come back with it. Perhaps the reason Netherlands are struggling, they've only got one player in double figures. That's Quinten Zantinger with 10 points. Whereas Latham leads the way for Australia with 18 points personal.
Yeah, I was about to say, with all the deserved praise that we've given to Jalen Brown so far, we can't forget Bill Latham, who's having a great game himself.
Yeah, of course.
$11 points still the lead.
Yeah, Latham shooting 81% from the field, 9 of 11 in just 22 minutes. And it's Australia with an 11-point lead, 6.5 to go in the game.
Yeah, so far showing that they're more than capable of keeping up with their European opponents. They're being able to find the paint, and that's a foul call by the refereeing team.
And of course, the Australian team have never lost the Asia Oceania Championships. They've always come in first place in every iteration of that championships. And a quick reminder for the world of wheelchair basketball, the Men's America's Cup starts today in Bogota, Colombia, with the women's action wrapping up last night. Make sure you tune in for the men's action on the IWBF World YouTube channel. Of course, the America's Cup is the America's Zone qualifier for the World Championships in Canada next year. And Australia back on the attack. Jaylen Brown is fouled on the shot. Foul goes against Bellers.
Yeah, really not afraid to put his body on the line. Showed that time and time again with those dangerous drives into the paint. Not successful here to get the end one. Doesn't get the bucket to go, but still opportunity for 2 shots from the line. He's been fairly efficient from there so far today. Gets both of those to go, and just under 6 minutes left. The Netherlands have so far not shown what they need to win this game. Need a lot more precision, a lot of better performances than what we're seeing there right now as they give up another easy turnover.
That's a lovely pass to Latham, and he's now up to 20 points personal.
Yeah, a really great game he's having so far. You mentioned the efficiency, over 80%, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Does not want to miss today.
And it's blocked. Van Ramsdonk gets blocked by Blair. Jump ball.
Will go the Netherlands' way. If they want to get something out of this, they really need to step up now. Points here would be a great start for that.
And just Australia being relentless on defense. They come away with the ball, and it's that defense that will be crucial to them winning this game.
Yeah, the first half was especially defense oriented, but Australia kept that intensity up all the way through the third, and also in the fourth now with a great spot there by Brown on the defensive end. Not giving up any easy shots, any quick turnovers or free layups. No easy points for the Netherlands. Need to keep this up for the final 4.5 minutes. And then they'll celebrate a big, big victory at the outing here at the Nations Cup 2025.
Jaylen Brown gets it to go, nothing but net. Crucial for Brown at the end stretch of this game. And Australia with a comfortable lead against the Nations Cup champions. And Zantinger cuts to get the layup to go.
A good drive there and the left-hand finish. But especially in terms of efficiency, Netherlands have left a lot out there today. A lot of points that should have been theirs. And Australia, yeah, they just do not want to miss, especially in the second half. Doesn't matter from where they score, if it's Brown with a fade, Latham, O'Neill Thorne.
You can see that even though they've got a comfortable lead, they're not letting up this intensity. They're always being intense.
No, yeah, that's that no easy buckets mentality. Do not want to give up anything. Do not want to give them any hope of them thinking maybe there's a way back into here. So far, the Rollers have always had an answer to everything that the Dutches have brought here.
Great pass. And the possession will go to the Netherlands.
A 15-point deficit still. Australia also on 0 fouls, so still a lot to give. Now have given up their first one. Still 3 more to give in quarter number 4.
As O'Neill Thorne bursts up the floor, finds Jalen Brown, and what a great finish from Brown.
Yeah, these two have been really, really crucial for the Rollers today, and with Latham also contributing his 20 points. That's just a trio that the Netherlands have had no answer for today, and their unbeaten streak is very much likely to end here.
And it's in these situations where you can definitely feel that the Netherlands miss the likes of Mendel op de North, their top scorer in Paris. And another great transition from Australia. O'Neill Thorne with the finish this time. And O'Neill Thorne and Brown proving crucial in transition.
Yeah, they've had a great outing here, and I think they've more than deserved the rest that they'll get tonight. You can watch the game between Germany and Great Britain fairly relaxed as they look destined for a finals appearance tomorrow with 2 wins, and there's maybe the first easy turnover that they've given up at Van Ramsdonk. Not able to put that one in.
And I must admit, Netherlands is beginning to look a little bit deflated.
Yeah, 21 points now. I think they've realized that this is not their game, maybe not their day, and that they are not going to go home with anything here. And there's no, they don't seem to be putting up too much of a fight here, as both teams seem to settle for the result on the floor. It's gotten a lot more, a bigger difference than we thought after this defensive-oriented first half. But Australia just keeping up that pressure, staying intense, not giving up anything, which allowed them to take home the win today against this Netherlands side. Maybe now we can turn our attention to the game later.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It should be a great game.
As you mentioned, we're going to have 2 streams there, 1 German stream, and on this channel Dylan will follow the game for you guys in English as you're used to.
The foul goes against Zantinger. And a big shout out to Marco Spetter watching the game online. One of the top Dutch fans, as Brown cuts inside the paint. Good to see Brown get a score on the board. That's Jonty Brown.
Jonty Brown also player with a history in this on this court here, in this arena. Played for the Köln 99ers. Always nice to see deserved players, earned players put up a performance, and he's going to be very happy with the performance of his team today. And also always nice being able to contribute something to the success with the lead now at 23 points. Very dominant showing by Australia today. Starting to look like they're the team to beat if you want to take home the first place finish here.
As Zantinger misses the hook shot, yeah, Australia definitely with a chance to top their group following this victory. Of course, they'll play Poland tomorrow, so.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough game again. Poland with a good showing in the first game of the day today against the NCC team. But the real test is going to come tomorrow when they have to face these on-fire rollers here. And Brown with another defensive rebound. Ejection rather. So they're going to run down the clock now.
And that will bring an end to the game. Australia take the 68-45 victory against the Netherlands. Congratulations to the Aussie Rollers.
Yeah, sorry.
No, sorry, you go. Sorry.
No, I just wanted to say congratulations as well, so you go on.
And commiserations to the Netherlands. They take the 70-45 victory against the Netherlands. As we take a look at the stats, Bill Latham shooting 83% from the field, 10 of 12. Also Jaylen Brown at 41%, 7 of 17, 18 points for Jaylen Brown. O'Neill Thorne with 11 points.
Ridiculous numbers by these guys.
Yeah.
And Netherlands just not an answer today, had they?
11 bench points from Tristan Knowles as well. And here we see the stats for leading the way for the Netherlands. Quinten Zantinger with 12 points, only one Dutch player in double figures. And then we see Bella's almost with a double-double, 10 rebounds, 9 points. And Tim van Ramsdonk with 8 points. Definitely a game where Netherlands have struggled offensively.
Yeah, as you mentioned, they are missing their big scorer, and that certainly was visible today. Looking at this also, yeah, the second half is just what killed them after a good showing in the first 2 quarters. Just not able to keep up the intensity, keep up with the pace that the Aussie Rollers have brought here. And 19 for 52, 36%. It's not comparable to the efficiency of the Australian side.
Yeah, of course, and the Netherlands just kept to 18 points in this half. Australia beating them 19-8 in the third and 21-10 in that last quarter. A dominant second half for the Aussie Rollers. And we will be back with you in just under an hour for Germany versus Great Britain. The English stream will be on this live stream, and the German stream will have a separate video, and that will be brought to you by Paul.
Yep, thank you very much.
Paul, thank you very much for joining me.
It was a pleasure. Great fun, always, as always. Enjoy the time in the English stream. And then I'll see you over there in the German stream in about an hour. Go grab yourself something to drink, something to eat, and we'll be back with more exciting wheelchair basketball in just about under an hour's time.
Yeah, thank you very much and take care.